Hey, what the business is? It's man No Limit Larry, and y'all already know what this is.
What's happening? It's your boy Burpie, and we back.
Mike's
off.
Mike's off.
Mike's off.
Got the mics off.
Mike's off.
Hey, listen, you know what we do on Mike's Off. We talk about some stuff we don't get to talk about on the radio, and we talk about what y'all talking about out there. And everybody is out there talking about these playoffs. Not even the playoffs. This is the finals. This is it. Whoever wins this series wins the NBA title, the NBA championships. And listen, it seems to me that this is a passing of the guard because you got Indy on one side, you got OKC on the other side, two of the youngest teams in the NBA.
I think this is a dope finals. I really do think this is a dope finals as far as how these teams match up with each other. You got Indiana. They got depth. They got a lot of people that they play. And they got a young superstar in Tyrese Halliburton, and they got some pieces around them. Then you got OKC on the other hand. Of course, they got the MVP, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, SGA, and they got some pieces around him. But OKC play defense, boy. They play defense. Not that Indiana doesn't, but OKC plays defense at a high level, which was why a lot of people were shocked that they lost game one.
They should have never lost game one, but like you said, on that other side, Indiana has a superstar in that boy, Tyrese, what the hell? Burton. And that's what he had him saying in the fourth quarter. I think OKC, being inexperienced in a series like this with this particular team that they have in OKC, I think that's what kicked in game one. You're up 15 in the fourth quarter, and then you just all of a sudden you take your foot off the gas and you forget, boy, them boys trying to win the title too. And, Tyrese didn't have a whole lot of points, but when it was clutch time, he got the ball and did what Tyrese did. He made everybody in the arena say, what the hell? What the hell?
But OKC shut all that down in game two. All that. He ain't had number 17 points, and he scored, 12 of them in the fourth quarter. So they shut him down pretty much the whole game until the game was almost over with. He got them popcorn points. That's what we call popcorn points. In the fourth quarter, you down 20 points, and they just let you do whatever you want to because they ain't got to do nothing no more. Ain't no coming back this game, Tyrese. We shutting all that down. All that. Your boy ain't going to be hitting all them threes like he was against New York, and your whole team ain't going to be coming back like they've been doing the whole playoffs. We shutting all that down. SGA put up a 30 ball on them boys. So stop playing with me.
34 to be exact.
38 the first game.
He's averaging over 30 points in this series. He's averaging about, 35, 36 points a game
something like
in this series so far. And, boy, he you know what makes me mad about SGA? It's one thing that makes me mad about SGA.
What?
That he could have been in a Charlotte Hornet uniform.
Oh, God.
He could have been right here.
Everybody could have been in a Charlotte Hornet uniform.
He was drafted. He was here.
I know.
He was here. We traded him away.
I know.
We traded him away, Bert. Come on, man. He could have been in the Charlotte Hornet uniform.
Who they get for him?
Hell, if I no goddamn nobody worth talking about.
You probably right.
Nobody worth talking about.
Michael Kidd Gilchrist.
I like this OKC team because they're young, like you said. They play defense, and they were built through the draft, and trades. This wasn't no super team that they put together. Chet Holmgren is playing out of his mind, a 7-footer who can do it all.
Shoot the three.
Yeah, he can do it all. And like you said, they're long at the guard position. So they're long. They could challenge all the shots that Indy is putting up, and they're making it hard for Tyrese Halliburton. Him and SGA don't check each other a lot, though.
That's what I don't like. I don't like that about the NBA.
Yeah.
The best player don't want to check the best player on defense no more.
Well, I don't think it's them. I think it's the coaching. Like, coach, because you got to have SGA on both ends of the floor.
Nah, damn that. You go to the coach. This is a player-driven league. You go to the coach, and you say, hey, coach, I got him. Don't put nobody else on him. Put me on him, coach. I'm going to shut all this down right now. That's what Jordan did when they was in the Olympics. They was like, nah, I got Kukoc. Then Pippen was like, nah, I got Kukoc. Or then they would go to Gary Payton. They would lock up Gary Payton.
Yeah.
They would lock up whoever in the league. They would argue with each other about who they would lock down on defense.
Yeah.
Nobody does that anymore.
And then Magic cooked Mike in game one when they was in the finals, and then Pippen checked them the rest of the time. Because he cooked
Well, you got to know your strengths, man.
So FGA might be like, I ain't chasing that damn ball game. Put me over here. Let me be on that.
You don't know until you do it. You don't know until you do it. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, you're right. That's
all I'm saying. Know your strengths, man. Lock up. I don't want to see it in the fourth quarter. 94 feet the whole game. The whole game, lock up on that boy.
A lot of people not doing 94 feet.
Nobody does it anymore because nobody plays defense.
Some people do it. Some people do.
Who said I'm gonna guard this person?
Oh no, it's what's your boy that down at Dylan Brooks? Dylan Brooks don't back down.
He's
from
not
nobody.
a good defender though.
But he picking up though. He picking up 94 feet, and you gonna know that boy was there all game. And you know what? Speaking of superstars playing defense, Anthony Edwards does that. He wanted to be. He went against LeBron, chest to chest. He took LeBron them out that series. He took Bron out that series. When he and LeBron in the chest said, "Yeah, I'm here all game," LeBron was not the same player. Was not the same player in that series by LA.
Whatever.
I like Anthony Edwards. He's one of them ones now. He gonna go guard the best player. He wants to guard the best player.
He's not known as a defender though.
He's got pretty good defense.
I gotta see it. I want to see it during the regular season.
Don't just nobody plays defense during the regular season,
which is dumb.
Nobody play defense during the regular season,
which is dumb. But one thing about this series, it shows you that the super team era might be dead, because these super teams that they had when LeBron had the Cavs with Kevin Love and Kyrie, and when the Golden State had Kevin Durant and Steph and Draymond and Clay,
but they won with that team.
That's what I'm saying. That era might be done.
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
I think there's still be super teams out there, because their formula does work. You just have to have players who buy in, and you have to fit the system that you're going to. Certain players just don't fit in certain systems, no matter what it is.
But this shows you don't have to do it.
No, yeah. I
you don't have to do it. A lot of people thought that they had to do that.
Well, 2004 Pistons showed us that you ain't had to do that.
Yeah.
Team ball win.
Yeah.
Team ball and playing defense wins.
Yeah.
I mean, that formula never died in the NBA, but you still have those particular 2, 3, 4, 5 seasons where you can put together a super team and win. But the thing about super teams is, I think, it becomes egos bump heads.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I've been a superstar on a team, you're a superstar on a team. At some point, those egos are gonna mesh.
Who do you think, being that this is the NBA Finals time, who do you think never won a championship that should have won one?
As a player?
Yes.
Charles Barkley.
Really?
Charles Barkley.
First one come to mind?
Yeah. He's never won a championship. He went to the finals, but I think he definitely should have won one. And AI. AI is my second.
AI was the first one.
AI, but Charles Barkley had the team to win it. He just ran into Michael Jordan.
That's true.
You run into MJ.
He couldn't do nothing with MJ.
And AI, his one chance that he went, he really had no help. He really put that team on his little ass back and carried that team
to that one win that they got in the finals.
Yeah, he averaged like 40.
Do that, they would have got swept.
He averaged like 40 in the player. But you're running a Shaq and Kobe with no help.
Yeah, no help.
With no help.
They had no answer for either one of them.
Yeah, I mean, AI was going to get what he got, but he had no help.
Who else could? I think Gary Payton should have won one.
I think Gary got one.
Did he?
He got one with the.
It wasn't the Lakers. They lost that year when him,
Miami.
Karl Malone.
He got one in Miami.
He did.
With Shaq and Dwayne Wade.
Oh, that don't count.
That do count.
I mean, it count because you got a ring, but it don't count.
Yeah, yes it do.
Huh?
Yes it do. Take me off the list of the other players who ain't got one, because I got one.
Melo should have got one.
Well, Melo, it seems to me like I love Carmelo is one of my favorite players. Like when you talk about just basketball, pure basketball, Carmelo is one of my favorite players. I'm surprised he didn't win, because he won at every level.
Yeah.
He won at high school. He won at college. I'm surprised he won at
as a freshman. He won.
He won a gold medal.
Yeah,
like Carmelo has everything but an NBA championship. I'm crazy. Surprised that
they didn't put enough
one.
Pieces around him. I don't think when he was in Denver.
Tried. Him and AI in Denver, he tried.
AI was past his prime.
No, he wasn't.
Yes, he was.
He wasn't past his prime. He was.
He
had a little left.
That's why he left.
Who else? In New York, he tried.
In New York, he had the chance. But they ain't put the right pieces around him, though.
But I think when he had that chance to go to Chicago and he didn't go, that's the one he missed out on.
And he never played defense either.
Carmelo's not a defender. He'll tell you that. I ain't
at all.
I mean, he tried. He got better as he got older, but
he did.
Carmelo's thing was, I'm gonna outscore you. You score 20, I'm gonna score 30. That's my defense. I beat you by 10. Carmelo, yeah.
That's my defense.
That's my defense right there. I beat you by 10. My defense,
that, though.
Huh?
He can score. He can shoot the lights out.
Yeah, for sure.
But he wasn't gonna stop nobody.
No, he wasn't gonna stop nobody.
Not a person. Not a soul.
You better put a team defense around me.
All 5 of them was looking at him because he had no help.
Yeah.
That's why he never win.
Well,
he went to the conference finals with Denver one time.
Yeah.
Everybody thought he was gonna go to the finals that year, but he didn't.
Yeah. Here's another player that just didn't have like the right the right pieces around him totally.
Never had it.
And shout out to Melo though. I love Carmelo. I love his game.
He never had the right pieces around him. That's crazy because.
But you know, speaking of super team, he did try. He went to the Lakers with LeBron.
Past his prime.
It was past it. You know, he still get you 10, 12.
Yeah.
During that time.
At that point, he was a 3-point shooter at that point.
But I thought when we was in the bubble, I thought he was gonna get one with the Lakers then, but that didn't happen. So
I wish Reggie Miller would have won one.
Reggie Miller, another one that comes, but you know who he ran into?
Yeah.
He ran into that machine.
Yeah.
You can't. It's a lot of players.
It's a lot of players
that ran into MJ. Hell, when the Hornets ran into MJ that year with Glenn Rice and them, well, Hornets was slated to go to the finals, but they ran into Michael Jordan.
Ready to swing on Glenn Rice.
Yeah, they ran into Michael Jordan, and somebody talked trash to him and woke him up, and he beat my Hornets off the sticks.
Chris Paul ain't got.
Chris Paul ain't got no ring.
He never go to a team that won. Damn, he don't have one.
Yeah, the Phoenix went. They went to the finals. They ran into Milwaukee. And they was actually up. They was up 2-0. They was up 2-0 in the finals on that.
Lost 4-2.
And lost 4-2. And lost 4-2. Damn,
that's a lot of them.
Yeah.
Tracy McGrady.
Well, T-Mac injuries.
Injuries tore his career. Steve Nash he ain't get one.
Steve Nash got one with Golden State as in the front office though.
But he didn't have one as a player.
He had one. He doesn't have one as a player. However, as an executive and as a coach, he has one. He might have more than one.
They got James Harden. I always thought James Harden was overrated.
Well, James Harden can't play in the clutch. He can't play in big games.
In the playoffs.
Huh?
He can't play in the playoffs.
He can't play in big games. In the playoffs, he shows up, but if it goes to like it's game time to go win a game 7, James Harden is not gonna show up. And when they went to the finals, OKC, that team with him, my boy Russell Big Nose Westbrook, and Kevin Durant, boy, they ran into Miami, but they should have won. James Harden did not show up at all.
At all.
And that's what got him out of OKC because he didn't show up.
And that's what got him out of Houston.
Didn't show up. When them lights get the brightest, he gets the darkest.
When the Clippers got to the playoffs this year, he ain't show up.
He's not that guy. He'll get you crazy buckets during the regular season, but when you get in the playoffs,
off 40 shots,
he'll
get you points, but off of 40 shots,
he gonna take 57 shots.
I mean, damn.
But yeah, he's just not that player when the lights get the brightest that you can depend on. Like I can't. I probably if you had to go on how many clutch buckets he has, he probably have. I'd probably say less than 20 clutch buckets in his career.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't give him a lot.
No,
I wouldn't say that he's one of the players. And when the clock is running down, you put the ball in his hands. Nah,
not gonna depend on him.
It's hard to shoot it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna depend on him.
No, not at all.
He's not showing up in big games.
Russell Westbrook ain't got one.
Westbrook, he's been.
No, he ain't got one either.
He didn't win. He wasn't on a different team when they won. No.
Nope.
That's my. I thought he didn't get one with L.A. When L.A. went in the bubble.
They traded him, remember?
Yeah.
No, that was the year after.
That was the year after.
They won the championship in the bubble.
Yeah, he ain't got one yet. But I think he's a player that, you know, he can fit any role now. Like if he got to come out the bench, he'll come out the bench. If he got to start, he'll start. So I think he's gonna go to a team that's gonna be a contender, and I think he's gonna get one before his career is over.
You think so?
Yeah, I think Russell will get one before his career is over. He a dog. I mean, he may never get one. He's been though. So, but I think if anybody I want to see get one is him because I think he deserves it. I think he deserves one.
I ain't mad at that.
Yeah, I think he play hard. He gonna give you everything he got.
Yeah,
gonna give you everything he got.
He will.
Yeah. So I don't know where he could go right now to get one. He would have to go to one of these, like an OKC, go back to OKC, which he hates, or he would have to come back. He had to come to the East. He would have to come to the East somewhere and be that player to come off the bench and be a veteran leader off the bench and then try to get it like that.
We'll see.
Because Denver ain't getting no more.
Who winning Game 3?
Game 3 prediction.
In Indy.
I don't think OKC is going to lose again.
Oh, wow. You think they're going 4 straight?
I think they're going 4 straight. I said this to you and B out at the shelter. I think they're going 4 straight. Because the way OKC is playing this shit, first of all, they should be up 2-0. They're not. So I think that was a wake-up call for them. And the way these boys are playing defense, it's going to be tough. I think OKC can knock them on off.
We gonna see.
What you got?
I think the series might possibly be tied 2-2 after being in Indy, but I do think OKC gonna win in 6.
Okay, that's what's up. All right, man, that it is. Yep, NBA Finals. Mike's off.